Hey Transformers fans, Adam here, back with another Transformers review. And today, I'll be reviewing a Studio Series 86 Brawn. Let's get into it. So his background here is the bridge of that ill-fated ship from the animated movie that the Decepticons blasted their way into, and Brawn here defended with all of his might with his trusty blaster, until he unfortunately met his demise by Starscream wielding a transformed Megatron. Alright, let's put that blaster aside and focus on his detail because, once again, with this Studio Series, it is amazing. The G1 Brawn toy looked nothing like what we saw in the animated series. This, on the other hand, spot on. The face, the chest, the Autobot symbol, the arms, the legs. Only compromise might be a little bit on the back here, but not a huge deal. And Brawn here was classified as one of the mini-bots. So for comparison, let's get Ironhide out here. And yeah, definitely a noticeable size difference. Ironhide, by the way, is someone else who met their demise on this ill-fated ship. But what Braun here lacked in size, he more than made up for in toughness. In fact, he might have been the toughest Autobot that there was. He even once took Megatron's own arm cannon from him and blasted him with it. Alright, let's get into his articulation. So, pretty much full range of motion with the shoulders here. 360, in and out. His elbows, bend them up and down. Spin them around. Can spin the wrist around, but you can bend them in and out a little. Mainly just for transforming, but still something. His head, it moves, yes, but not very freely. Again, that's mainly just for transforming. But almost for range of motion with his legs. I say almost because the back end kind of blocks a little here. Decent movement with his knees. Can even bend his ankles. Yep, definitely a tough design for a tough Autobot. Again, possibly the toughest Autobot that there is. But is he just as tough in vehicle mode? Let's transform him and find out. So start by the back end here. Lower this hinge down, and then raise this piece up just like that. And then his arms. Rotate this yellow shoulder piece all the way down, and then bring the arm all the way down. And same with the other side. And then spin his waist around. Rotate his elbow in. Rotate the fist in. Bring down his chest plate. Rotate his head around. And then this piece here, rotate that around. And that brings out the grill and headlights. Push his head back up. And then his arms, rotate the whole arm piece in, just like this, to bring out his door. And same with the other side. And then we clip those arms together. There we go. And now his legs. So bring down his feet. And unclip his legs right at the knee here. Rotate them down. And there's a little notch here that goes into a little slot in the fist. Doesn't really stay in place, but it's more of a guide. And then rotate the legs around. And the foot here goes right into this slot. Same with the other side. Oop. Make sure that piece stays in place. Alright, foot in the slot. There we go. And then we clip these pieces in just like this. Might come undone a couple of times. We get further in transformation. If so, just go ahead and click it back in. All right. And then this back end here, drop that into place. Make sure that clicks in. There we go. And then this piece here, rotate that down and clip that into place. And then we just adjust whatever we need to. All right, bring this camera down. Yeah, make sure everything stays in place. And there is Braun in vehicle mode as an off-road SUV. And yep, pretty tough design for a tough Autobot. But I do see a couple of compromises, mainly right here with the hinges. It's not quite as obvious with his design like it was with Ironhide, but still slightly noticeable. But despite that, not a bad design. My other pet peeve, plastic wheels. It's pretty much the going theme with this Studio Series, and I do wish they would go rubber, but what are you going to do? Tell you something you can do. Take the blaster here, clip it right into the top of the spare tire, and you can ride and fire away to some Decepticons. All right, let's take that out. And let's go ahead and transform him back. So go ahead and raise up this piece. Move it up all the way back into place. Raise up the back end. And raise that up just like that. Go ahead and bring down the legs. Rotate them back around and reconnect the knees here. Bring the feet back out. Go ahead and rotate the waist back around. And then go ahead and unclip these arms. Bring the arm piece back out. Rotate the shoulder piece back up all the way. Rotate the elbow back around. Oop, other way. Nope, I was right the first time. And bring this fist back out. And same with the other one. So rotate the arm back around. Rotate the shoulder piece back up. Rotate the elbow back around. And bring his fist back out. This back piece, bring it down. Bring this hinge up all the way. And then drop it into place. And then bring his chest plate down. Rotate the grille and headlights back in. Rotate his head back around. Push that back up. Bring this camera back up. Whoop. Make an adjustment on his leg here. There we go. Maybe. There we go. Okay. Now back to a bot. Again, probably the toughest Autobot that there is. Alright, the Studio Series just continues to blow me away. I have more and I can't wait to review them all. But that'll about wrap it up for this video. Join me again for our next one. Until then, take care, Transformers fans. Hey, Transformers fans. Adam here, back for another Transformers review with the Studio Series 86 Ultra Magnus. Let's get into it. So he comes with a few accessories, including these two blasters that he uses to defend Autobot City here from the Decepticons' attempted siege in the 86 animated movie. And those two blasters have these little clip-on bursts of flames, just attached to the front like so. And it gives them a nice little added effect for display purposes. Check that out. All right, we'll get the blasters out of his hands, and I'll show you another one of his accessories. Just lift up this blue chest plate here, and that makes the red panels underneath automatically pop open. And we have the Matrix of Leadership, because yes, Optimus Prime did pass the Matrix to him right before he passed away and named him the new leader of the Autobots. Unfortunately, he didn't hold on to the Matrix for too long, because the Matrix was simply not meant for him. Hence why Galvatron was able to take it so easily, until Hot Rod can retrieve it and became Rodimus Prime. All right, now let's get into his appearance, because once again with this Studio Series, it is just amazing. So the head, the face, the chest, the arms, the Autobot symbol, the rocket launchers, the belt, the legs, spin him around for a 360 here. And yeah, I am not seeing a compromise at all. This is exactly what he looked like in the animated series. And his articulation is just as amazing. Extra action with the head here. 360 with the shoulders. But one gripe though is I do wish these joints moved a little more freely. You do kind of have to work at it. Move those elbows up and down. Twist them around. Full range of motion with his legs. Bend those knees. Yep, definitely a huge upgrade from what we had as kids. And to further emphasize that, let's get G1 Ultra Magnus out here. And yep, the block that we had as kids versus the toy that he eventually became. This is a huge upgrade, no doubt, though I doubt we could have been trusted with something this nice as kids. But let's see, is he an upgrade in vehicle mode as well? Well, let's transform him and find out. Start by taking out the rocket launchers. Set those aside for now. Straighten out his arms. Unclip the forearm panel and move his forearm down. And close it back up. And same with the other one. And unclip the shoulder clips here. Expand out his arms. Unclip these side panels. Tilt his head back. Raise up the chest plate. And bring the whole thing up over his head. Turn him around. Raise up this back panel. And then finish bringing the chest plate around. There's a couple of notches here that clip right into these little slots. Just make sure they clip together. So 1 and 2. There we go. Raise up this back piece and bring out the piece from underneath that. And bring out the windshield. And also bring out the doors from the side here. Raise this up and bring out the wheels. And then next we start to connect the cab. So raise this whole piece up. Make sure his head clears through this little opening here. And then we start to connect everything. So just like that. Move this clip in, raise up the door, and connect that right here on the side. And some on the other side. And if anything comes undone during transformation, just reconnect it after. There we go. All right. Raise up the exhausts. Lower this panel here, cover his head. And then his head kind of tucks into place right here. Go ahead and tuck it in. There we go. Looks a little awkward, but yeah, that is how it's supposed to go. Bring out these wheels. And now his legs. So, raise up his shin just like that. turn him around, and we collapse his knees a little here. So bend the knee back all the way, and then push it forward, and see the difference. Do the same thing with the other one. There we go. And now we can clip these legs together. There we go. All right. And now we take this red piece and rotate it around just like this. Bring this red piece, rotate it up just like that, and then rotate up his belt. The belt's on a double hinge, so just make sure the hinge goes with it, and just lay it down nice and flat. There we go. Raise up these shin panels and clip them into place. There we go. Take these back wheels and bring them down. They're on a double hinge. All right, there we go. You have a couple of clips inside here. Bring them out and push them forward. There we go. All right. And now we start to work on his arms. So we'll set him down and lower this camera a bit. So his arm just swings out like that. You have some clips here to lock it in place. And then rotate it around. There we go. And then there's a little panel right here. Just rotate it out like that. And now same with the other arm. So swing it out. Lock it into place with the clips. Rotate it back. And then rotate this little panel around. There we go. Fix some things here. All right. Bring these arms up. Oop, before we do that though, these little side panels here, clip them into place like that. And now bring the arms up. And there's a little notch right there that goes into this little slot right here. Just clip it in. There we go. And same with the other one. All right. And now we can go ahead and clip these arms together, just like that. Maybe. There we go. Okay. And clip them together in the back here. There we go. And then clip them right into the sides here, just like that. And make sure everything stays connected. Maybe. There we go. Okay. And connect. And connect. Okay. Raise up these exhausts. Almost done. Just a few more small steps. So, this panel here, bring it out. Raise this part up. And swing it around. Clip it into place. And same with the other side. Alrighty. On the bottom here, there's a little butt flap. Clip that into place. There we go. Got some panels here to rotate out to get rid of that gap. Alrighty. And finally, extend out the cab. Booyah! And there is Studio Series Ultra Magnus in robot mode. Ooh, almost forgot. Clip back in the rocket launchers. There we go. One. and 2. There we are. Okay. And there he is. Let's make some adjustments here. All right. And just look at this detail. So one compromise I see they made compared to the G1 Ultra Magnus are the exhaust pipes here. They're white instead of chrome. And my pet peeve with the Studio Series, once again, plastic wheels. It is the going theme, and I really do wish they would switch to rubber, just like with the G1s, but what are you gonna do? And for a comparison, let's get G1 Ultra Magnus bat out here. All right, got the Ultra Magni here. And yeah, you can see the difference with the exhaust. You got chrome as opposed to painted white. I do prefer the chrome. That is me though. But as far as Mack trucks towing a car carrier, I would actually have to kind of give the edge to the OG here. That is kind of the going theme with the Studio Series. Much of an upgrade in bot form, but in vehicle mode, strictly vehicle mode, the G1s do kind of have the edge a little bit. But let's put him aside and get the Studio Series back out here because it's all about you today, buddy. So what you can do is lower down his ramp, just like with the G1. And then if an Autobot needs a ride back to Autobot City for some repairs, let's get G1 Jazz out here. Spoiler alert for my next review, by the way. Load him up. Close up this ramp. And they're off to Autobot City. All right, let's get Jazz out. And something else you can do. Unlike the G1s, the rocket launchers don't actually fire, but what you can do is take the rocket out, and then there's an extra burst of flame here you can put in, and mimic him firing his rockets. Something cool for display. All right, let's take that out. Put the rocket back in. And let's go ahead and transform him back. So, take these rocket launchers off. Set them aside for now. Move this panel back in, same with the other one. Unclip that panel. Tuck this piece around and swing it back around. Set it to the other side. Go ahead and rotate these wheels back up. There we go. Yeah, ready? Maybe. There we are. Okay, there we go. And then unclip the butt flap here. Unclip these arms. Go ahead and separate them. Bring them back down. And then to unclip the panel, just kind of put a little bit of pressure on this notch here with your nail. And it should open back up. If I can find the notch, there we go. There we are. All right. And same with the other side. Yeah. There we go. All right. And then unclip the lock here. And also this panel. Go ahead and rotate it back. There we go. And then swing the arm back around. And set the other one. Rotate that panel back around. Unclip this lock here. and swing the arm back around. All right. And raise up this camera again. And next, separate the legs. Bring these shin panels back down. Bring his belt back down. Bring this red piece back out. Rotate this red piece back around. Push the cab back in. And we'll uncollapse his knees, so bend it all the way back and bring it back out. There we go. And same with the other one. Move these clips back and bring them back down. And move his shins back up. There we go. Okay. Rotate the arms back around. There we go. Open up the forearm panel. Raise it back up. Bring his hand back out. And close the panel back up. And same with the other one. There we go. Next, go ahead and move these wheels back in. And now we'll take this cab apart. So first, raise up this panel here. Expose that face again. Move the exhaust back down. Unclip the doors from the side here. There we go. Unclip the front. Move these wheels back in. Bring this back down. Rotate the windshield back in. Move these doors back in. And move the cab back. Make sure his head clears. There we go. All right. Rotate this back underneath. Bring his back piece down. There we go. And then bring the chest plate back over his head. Ooh. Also make sure you bring that back panel down. There we go. Okay. Now finish bringing the chest plate down. Clip it back into place. Raise his head back up. Clip these side panels back in. Bring his arms back in. And clip these shoulder clips back into place. And there we go. Oh, not done quite yet. Lastly, give him back his rocket launchers. All right. And back to a bot. And I think it's safe to say this is the best Studio Series I've reviewed yet. I can't wait to see what they come out with next. I have more on the way, and I can't wait to review them all. But that'll about wrap it up for this video. Join me again for my next one. Until then, take care, Transformers fans.